Let's start off by talking about the very up and down career of Andrew Wiggins. Now, I'm never one to really give up on a player in the NBA, and you guys should know that by now. I try to keep my videos as positive as possible, but of course, I'm not afraid to spin off and give you guys some harsh reality. I think that makes the videos more fun, and it keeps you guys on your toes. It gives you a daily dose of not knowing what to expect. Kind of like life. You never know what could happen next. You could literally be the change that you want. You can make a big change. You can decide that you want to start a new hobby. You can decide that you want to embark on an entirely different career path. Or you can make a change just as small as being nicer to everybody that you meet. No matter how big or small the improvement, improvement is improvement. And so is the case for Andrew Wiggins the first couple of years of his career. When Wiggins came into the NBA, he was supposed to be good. And I'm not just talking about like ordinary good. I'm not just talking about like star player good. I'm talking about this guy was supposed to be dominant. He was supposed to be one of the faces of the entire league. We were looking at a top recruit that could have played their basketball anywhere. Literally could have picked any college. Wiggins picked Kansas. And at Kansas, he really showed off the full repertoire. He was a dynamic scorer that could pick any spot on the court. He was a slasher with big time potential and major upside. But you guys don't have to take my word for that one. There's references all over the internet. But amazing hype can be a good and a bad thing. You have these unreal standards that you have to live up to, and you didn't place these standards on yourself. You just want to go out and you want to play the best that you can. You want to be the best person, the best player possible. There's an article I found from 2013 that's really interesting. It's on Bleacher Report, and it says NBA teams are set to tank next season for a shot at Andrew Wiggins. The article states that the Canadian-born Andrew Wiggins is the best prospect to enter the NBA since LeBron James was picked first overall 10 years ago. With more hype than Kevin Durant, Blake Griffin, Derrick Rose, and Kyrie Irving, Wiggins is set to take the NBA by storm 12 months from now, and by all accounts, he will be the standard for the next generation of superstars. NBADraft.net compared Andrew Wiggins to Vince Carter or Rudy Gay, but I saw people comparing this guy to Tracy McGrady. Tracy McGrady, for those of you that already forgot, was amazing. I can't imagine how good he would be in today's NBA. NBADraft.net said that Wiggins' strengths were off the charts run and athleticism. Lateral quickness and length also gives him great potential as a perimeter defender, along with versatility to guard both wing positions efficiently. Incredibly dangerous in transition. Long strider with a quick first step. Did a great job scoring or getting fouled when getting out in transition. Shooting mechanics have improved greatly, with quickness to get off his shot under tight defense. Got to the free throw stripe at a good rate, making 77.5% of his attempts. According to NBADraft.net, some of the biggest knocks on Wiggins coming out were his mental makeup and is he going to be able to maximize his physical gifts, the crazy immense physical gifts that he has, and is he going to be able to knock down shots at a consistent rate in the NBA? It's safe to say that Wiggins' shot still does have a ways to go. I mean, he's not perfect, but I do like what I've seen from Wiggins this season, and I'll start touching on that in just a second. This video I'm going to be discussing the truth about Karl-Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins. But before we go any further, guys, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. You will not want to miss another GETLIKECOOP video. And that's facts. I want to thank you guys for 50,000 subscribers. Everybody that watches my video, comments on my video, leaves a like, subscribes, all that good stuff. You guys are amazing. If you guys are new to my channel, be sure to subscribe. I'm trying to get to 200,000 subscribers so I can go full time and bring you guys daily content. And for all the love you guys have been showing, leave a comment on what video you want to see next down in the comments below. I do have to do a Luka Doncic video soon. He's been going absolutely crazy, and he is legit in the MVP race. It might be Luka's MVP to lose at this point, but I know James Harden is doing his thing, dropping 40 points a game, and I will do a Rockets video really soon too, because there is some trouble in paradise, I do believe, with the Houston Rockets. But also, guys, be sure to follow my IG, Instagram.com/GLikeCoop. You guys will not want to miss another post. I do think I'm going to start running my Instagram like an IRL basketball YouTube channel. You guys know I'm 6'11", 7 foot with a burner, so I want to show you guys some content of me hooping IRL. That's definitely going to be on my to-do list. And if my IRL content does well on IG, I may eventually start a YouTube channel for it. But this channel is always going to be my main priority no matter what. I just love basketball and the NBA entirely too much. So this season has been a major surprise. The Dallas Mavericks just smacked the Houston Rockets, and they're currently 4th in the Western Conference. But another major surprise is the Minnesota Timberwolves. If the playoffs started today, the Timberwolves would be in it. But of course, this wouldn't be the first time that the Minnesota Timberwolves made the playoffs with Karl-Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins as part of their core. And again, that's if the playoffs started today. Being a Rockets fan, I remember Andrew Wiggins and KAT's first playoff series all too well. It was a struggle to get Karl-Anthony Towns the ball, and it was a struggle to get him involved. A large part of that series, it felt like Karl-Anthony Towns really didn't want to be the guy. And it was his first time in the playoffs, so it's somewhat understandable that he's going to have some nerves and he's going to have a lot of growing to do. I thought the series was good for him as a player though, because as the series progressed, and unfortunately got towards the end, he did get better. He started off the series only dropping 8 points and then 5, but he finished off with 18, 22, and 23 respectively. A large improvement. During the series, I think I remember a few rumblings about KAT's toughness, and we've actually heard that quite a few times with Jimmy Butler and Andrew Wiggins and that whole scenario. Things got really ugly, but maybe Jimmy was right to an extent. Maybe Karl really did need to become that guy. But at the same time, when Jimmy left, KAT got a lot better. He started to look like his old self again. To touch back to that Rockets playoff series one more time, it was really frustrating to watch KAT struggle to get the ball. I know I said it before, but I couldn't stress this enough. I can't stress this enough. Because he was a guy that was struggling to post up smaller defenders. And when I mean struggling to post up, I don't mean like struggling to score on the block. I just mean really struggling to establish position. But to be fair, the Rockets sent a lot at Karl-Anthony Towns, and they did make life hard on him, which they should do. I mean, it's the playoffs. It's a whole different ball game. The playoffs, to me, is completely different than the regular season. Regular season numbers are fun, but the playoffs to me are where legends are born. They're where we see moments we'll never forget, and moments that will live in our hearts forever. I'm sure you guys could think of a few. Averaging 26.4 points a game, 12.4 rebounds a game, and 3.6 assists, Karl-Anthony Towns has been phenomenal this season, and he's doing it in a way you might not expect. Karl-Anthony Towns is shooting almost 45% from the three-point line, and he's taking almost 9 threes a game. To put into perspective how special that is, he's taking more threes a game than Trae Young. Not only is he taking more threes a game than Trae Young, but he's making more and he's shooting it at a way better clip. Trae is currently shooting 34.9% from the three-point line. KAT's at 44.9%. That's an absurd difference. And we all know how special Trae's been this season. He's been blazing like nobody's business. One of the hottest in the biz when he gets going. I mean, this guy pulls from the logo and he makes it look easy. To get even crazier, KAT's 44.9% from 3 is better than Steph's 44.3% from 3, his first MVP season. And his 9 threes a game is more than Steph's 8. It's a small sample size, but KAT's always been able to shoot. He just needed a coach that had confidence in him to unleash it to its full ability. And the same goes for Andrew Wiggins. Ryan Saunders has been somewhat of a miracle hire for the Timberwolves. You can find an absurd number of Wiggins as a bust articles dating back to last year. I'm sure there's probably even some to start the season. I'm sure I've seen people call Wiggins one of the biggest busts of all times. And yes, he hasn't always been living up to the potential, or he hasn't been the most efficient player in the past, but with Ryan Saunders, you could tell that he's working to get better, and you could tell that Wiggins put in a lot of work this summer. He's a completely different player, and he still has that bad mid-range shot in his repertoire, but he's been working at it, and Ryan Saunders has been stressing the three-point shot, and you could tell with the efficiency and the way Wiggins is playing that this is paying dividends. Ryan Saunders is also using Wiggins in more of a prototypical point forward role, like LeBron James, like Luka, like a Paul George. He showed the ability to be a dynamic playmaker, and showed the ability to even get crafty with the ball. Again, I've seen Wiggins do things this season that I wasn't sure he had in his repertoire. Under Ryan Saunders, Wiggins' usage rate has consistently been jumping, and Ryan Saunders has showed the ability to show Wiggins some tough love, but he's also showed the ability to be a helping hand. Saunders is much more of a player's coach, and the T-Wolves are much more analytically driven now. Sometimes it takes a coach that believes in you and is going to put you in the right situation to be successful to get the best out of you. Wiggins is having a monster bounce back season, shooting 47% from the field, averaging 25 a game, 5 rebounds, and 3.5 assists. I'm hopeful that Wiggins can keep this up over the course of the season. This isn't the first time he stepped this game up. Sometimes he'll just do it out of necessity when a few players go down or something of that matter. He still does need to work on his three-point game, and I can't stress that enough. He's shooting the ball from 3 more than he ever has in his career, but he's still shooting the 3 at a career average. Oh yeah, and the talks of Karl-Anthony Towns being a poor defender have been pretty overblown. Currently, at least according to advanced statistics, Cat's posting similar defensive numbers to other elite defensive big men in the league. This season, I think Cat's making a strong case to be the best big in the league. I know Anthony Davis has been major this season for the Los Angeles Lakers, but let's just sit down and think about everything Cat's done this season. I think Anthony has helped shave some years off of LeBron's career, and I'm not going to pick a side. I'll let you guys do that down in the comments below. Be sure to click the video on the screen right now, guys. It's how they lied to us about Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. Be sure to subscribe and turn notifications on. I'm GETLIKECOOP, guys, and I'm out.